Hey, this video, let's take a real quick look at getting this compensator cleaned, and then we'll get it back installed on the Platypus and see how it runs. Okay, so I started getting this broken down. I got the lock nut that goes on the outer end busted out, and then so I actually did some like kind of hitting on it and got it to loosen up. Take a look here. That's all the chunks of carbon that fell out of it. And then as I was finally able to get it to pull apart, this is why it was so clogged up. Like, man, look how thick that is. Like, that thing is chunky. So, I think what I'll do first, just use this little pick that I've got and see if I can get it knocked off. There we go, look at that. Nice. Okay, so that actually got a lot of the big stuff knocked off, but you can still see a lot of these internal holes are covered. So that stuff's pretty hard in there. We'll try this bore solvent and see if it can break up all this carbon. All right, so we'll let that soak for a little bit. It looks like inside here there's not really a lot of buildup on the inside walls of the external part of the compensator. So I'll probably get a brush and just clean that up. And then the lock nut, that thing is in pretty good shape. So it's really just this inner core. All right, so we'll let that soak for a little bit and we'll check on it here in a little while. Okay, full transparency from right now, this is the next day. So I let this soak overnight, and then I actually took it into work with me today so I could run it on our wheel grinder, and got the big stuff knocked off. So it was caked up really bad on these portholes here. So what I did, took it into work and ran it on a wire wheel and got all the big carbon pieces knocked off. Let's get that out of the way so I don't spill that. But this did a pretty good job of softening up the carbon. I still had to get some wire brushes, get in there, tear after it. I actually used this little triangle file to go up inside and bust up some of the bigger pieces. But now that we've got most of it done, the lock nut came out good. This cleaned up nice and easy with just a brush, so that's the outer block. But this inner piece, man, I really messed up letting it go too far between cleanings. So one tip I will say, if you are going to use a compensator, take it off and clean it every now and then, because it will collect all kinds of nasty gunk. And the longer you wait in between cleanings, the harder it is going to be. So hopefully I will remember to not be so lazy in the future and clean this up more. So, all right, I'm gonna get this dried up and we'll take a look. So this is a little trick I picked up. Take a paper towel and kind of twist it around on itself and run it up inside something you want to dry or pick up debris from, and kind of twist it around, and that paper towel is going to press up against the outer edges and should do a pretty good job at helping to clean up some of this mess here. Okay, so I think we got this in pretty good shape. Let's see here. So as you can see, that was the end that was not very bad because of the threads. So now you can see I got these holes all cleaned out. So what I had to do there, run it on the wire wheel, and then I've got this little pick tool, and I just stabbed into each of these holes and busted it out. The hardest part was the carbon that was built up on the inside here. So I used this little file and kind of scraped it and busted up most of the big stuff, but now it's in pretty good shape. So We'll be testing this out pretty soon and get it properly installed on the Platypus. Stay tuned for that. This is all the carbon chunks. So there's some big pieces down there, and this paper towel is just full of chunks. Collected the big stuff there in one pile, but yeah. So that had a lot of carbon, very bad condition. So now that we got this apart, I can show you a little better the idea of this. So we'll pretend Pinky is a barrel. So this will thread on, and what you want to do is use these flats, and you'll get this tightened down all the way, torque this down properly, and it's the same shape all the way around, so it doesn't matter where it ends up. So you get this good and torqued down, and then this outer piece, all right? So you've got your little cutout there for your guide rod. So that's going to slide over, and then you'll get it lined up. Like I use a vise to keep it all in place. And then you'll tighten down this pinch bolt, or pinch nut, and this nut is going to compress this piece down into the back here of the inner core. And once that gets tightened down and locked in place, no more jiggle, and that's going to keep your directional ports on the compensator where it needs to be. So it's nice in that all you really got to do to take it off your barrel is loosen that nut off, and then pull the block and loosen that guy if you can't get it out of your slide with this still installed. So a quick little video this week. I just wanted to show that compensators do get very, very filthy, and the longer you wait in between cleaning them, the worse it's going to be. So if you're running a compensator, keep an eye on it, and when you start seeing some buildup, get it off of there and break it down, get it cleaned up, and much better overall. You don't have to spend as much time and effort as I did trying to get this cleaned up. So I appreciate you watching this video. If you could, like it and subscribe down below. You want to stay tuned. We've got my first PRS match with a local club coming up this weekend, so I'm going to try to get some footage there, share it with all of you guys. And then after that, we'll get back to testing this compensator on the Platypus and see if we can notice any better follow-up shots and staying on target a little easier. So all that'll be coming up pretty soon. I've got some other great ideas now that the temperature is not quite 105 to like 112 every day. It's been a rough summer, but we're finally to the end of it. So we've got a lot of cool stuff coming on. Make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss any of it. We're going to be having fun all through the rest of the fall and through the rest of the year. So thank you once again for watching my little video here. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a wonderful weekend. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.